everybody, welcome back to Life at Sunny Lee with Kathy Jarvis. And it's been a cold week. We started out Saturday morning with 2 inches of snow by the end of the day. And also on Saturday, remember that toilet we were talking about in our master bedroom? Well, we decided it needed to be replaced. Now, again, this was a 30-year-old toilet, and we've got one other toilet down here that's not quite that old, but it's getting there. And so I did a little research. The reason we had to get rid of these toilets was because there was so much gunk in the back of them that it wasn't allowing it to work properly, and it was clogging it up. So I did a little research, and it seems like we look at things and we clean them, and we don't really clean them. Who really thought about cleaning the back of the tank of the toilet? I never thought about it. My mom never thought about it. I don't know anybody that thinks about cleaning the back of the toilet. So I did a little research, and I found that the easiest way to clean the back of the toilet is to simply add a cup of vinegar, a white vinegar. You don't want to use the apple cider vinegar because it can stain your toilet. But use white vinegar. Some of them even say a cup of white vinegar to a half cup of baking powder, and pour that in and let that bubble and set overnight. It's safe for your septic system. In fact, it said that you can use the white vinegar and a little bit of baking soda and some 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Use that into the toilet bowl to clean it naturally without using chemicals. What I did read was that you should not use any toilet cleaner that contains bleach. You should not use that if you have a septic system, because the bleach will kill the good bacteria in your septic system. The vinegar and the baking soda, and if you add some yeast to that also, put that down once a month. Put the yeast down. They say a half cup of yeast just by itself. Just put the yeast down. Will do the same thing that the Rid X does for your septic system. And they say if you feed that yeast with a little bit of warm water and sugar before you add it, it'll even do a better job. And if you've bought a Rid X lately, you know that stuff has really gone up in price. The last time I bought it, I got like 3 treatments for almost $20. You can buy a jar of yeast a lot less than that. And if you put the vinegar and keep your commode clean, you're going to have less trouble. So anyway, I did that last, I guess it was Wednesday night. I put it into the one toilet, the older toilet. I put a cup of vinegar in the back, and this is the results. Okay, I added a cup of vinegar to the back of this toilet last night, and this has already been one flush. Let's flush it again. This is the dirt that comes from the back of that toilet. That's the 3rd flush from this, and it's still producing dirt from the back. So this vinegar does work on cleaning the back of your toilet. And they recommend that you do it at least once a month. And a cup of white vinegar, that's all. And it's making so much difference. Monday, we finally took that one cat to the vet, Dexter. Turned out to be quite an expensive little trip. The cat came about 2 months ago and had a bloody nose, and it's had on off again runny nose, discharge, pinkish tinge. So we decided if it's going to be around our other cats, we wanted to get it taken care of. So we took it to the vet, found out it does have an upper respiratory infection. It's we had tested for feline leukemia. It turned out to be negative for that. But he did have an upper respiratory infection, which we got a 2-week antibiotic shot for. And I have another cat at home here who's also showing signs of it. So we got antibiotics for it, which I'm giving it for 10 days. I'm hoping there's enough medicine in that container for 10 days. We're on a 3rd day now, and it seems like it's going down very fast. But hopefully we'll have enough to get well. I do have 6 cats in the garage right now because 2 of them are sick. One is spoken for, is supposed to go to my son when he makes arrangements to get it. And the other 3 are younger cats that have not been exposed to the weather and don't know really how to handle this weather. And they're basically my 3 pets. So I've got those in there, and then, like I said, 2 sick ones. One thing about cats, they do need to have shelter. They need to have some water. If you don't have any cats of your own, but you see feral cats, put out some dry food for them. Put out a box in a sheltered spot for them with some straw in it or hay. Even anything that you can put on that will keep them warm in the winter. Go ahead and do that. They like running water. We have a very elaborate setup out on the side porch for our cats, since they can't get into the greenhouse, and they can't get into the shed right now because he's got it. It's filled with the stuff that they can't get in, and the door's shut. So the only place they have is the side porch here. So we have a large crate. It has foam about this thick for one of Shu's old dog beds. We took the cover off it and just put the front foam out there. So that raises them up off the ground, off the concrete, and off the floor of the crate. The crate's open. They can come and go. There are 2 boxes inside of this crate because cats like to be in an enclosed area. There's 2 boxes, and the other night there were 4 cats in one box and 1 cat in the other box. The whole thing is covered with a tarp to keep the wind off of it, and we've piled our firewood all around 2 sides, and the other side's up against the back of this fireplace. So they're well insulated from the cold weather, and they have dry food during the day that they can eat. I take the dry food up at night to keep the possum and stray dogs from eating and from coming up and bothering them. And I do feed them a couple cans of wet cat food each night before they go to bed. So it's important that they have food, shelter, and water. Now, I don't worry too much about water right now because they all drink out of that little fountain. My goldfish pond, it's got a waterfall going. They like running water. And as long as I can see that the water is running, that the waterfall is pushing out water, the cats are there drinking. So they're getting constant water. Now, if the waterfall freezes, then I'll have to carry them water out. Also, the chickens, I have plastic all around the run. They're able to come out into the run, which does not get snow. They're also open to come into the open area, but when the chickens are funny, they don't like snow. So I have a heated water dish in there. It's just a dog dish. That's one of those heated ones. That's what they have to keep them with fresh water. And they have fresh food. So that is what we did on Monday. Like I said, took the cats to the vet and got the medicine. Got Shu's arthritic medicine for the next month, so we're good to go. And then we took our son's car in to have the brakes fixed on it. since he's working full time and it's hard for him to get the car in and out, we exchanged cars with him so we could take care of it for him. And Tuesday was another cold day. We had an appointment with the Medicare lady again. Got that taken care of, and then from there we headed on up north to our son so we could exchange cars, give him back his car, get our car back. Went out to eat, visit with him for a while, and then came home. Also on Monday, I got a phone call saying that my greenhouse was ready to be delivered. I mean, I only ordered this on the 7th of this month, so I really was not expecting it this fast. They could have delivered it on Thursday or Friday, but I couldn't take delivery either of those 2 days because I didn't have anything lined up. So we made arrangements to have it come Monday. And our neighbors can come over with the tractor and help us unload it from the truck. It probably will not get put up until the spring. We're going to take our time with it. There's no big hurry. We can't put the plastic over the top of it until it warms up anyway, because we could, but it works better to do it on a nice warm day when that plastic is warm. It stretches better, and you don't have the chance of getting hose in it as easily as you do when it's cold. So we won't be putting it up until, at least putting plastic up until this spring when it warms up. But at least we'll have it here. And Wednesday, my husband had to go to Purdue for a class on Thursday. The class started at 8:30 in the morning. So he decided, and we decided it would be best to go up the night before, spend the night, and that way he'd be wide awake and ready to go to class. And his registration started at 8, so he would have had to left in the middle of the night to have gotten there on time. So he left Wednesday afternoon and went up there, which meant I had the house to myself. So I put out some Christmas decorations outside, put Christmas lights. It was cold. It was brisk, very cold and windy. So it was put up a string of lights, come in, warm up. Put up a string of lights, come in, warm up. Did that for a while. And got that done. Rotated the pantry. Remember, if you've got food stored, do not just store it and say, okay, I'm done. I've got a year's worth of food stored away. I don't have to worry. You have to keep, this is an ongoing process. You have to keep rotating the food. Use up the food that has to be used up that month. Bring the next month's food down. Use that up. Keep rotating, because food does have an expiration date, and you don't want to go too far over that expiration date. I mean, I know people who say, oh, they had canned green beans for 5 years past the date and it's still good. I don't trust that. Maybe a couple months afterwards it still might be good, but the quality of the food that you're eating is not going to taste as well, and it's not going to have the nutritional value that it had when it was fresher. So it's best to rotate. I mean, yeah, it'll get you through, but it won't be as pretty, it won't be as tasty. So rotate it, keep on top of that. Keep adding to your pantry each time you go to the shop. If you buy 1 can of beans, if you can afford 2, buy 2. Yeah. So I did that. I rotated the pantry. I cleaned out the fridge, got things ready for Thanksgiving, which is next week, and started cleaning the house a little. Thursday was another cold day, and the fireplace has been getting a workout this week, even though I haven't got the new doors in yet. I just had to have a fire. I figure life is too short. You have to enjoy what you want to enjoy, and I wanted a fire. So I've took the styrofoam down, and I started a fire this week. Hopefully my doors will be here before much longer, and I can have a fire all the time, whenever I want it, without taking the styrofoam down, putting it back up, and all that stuff. Even with the cold weather, you still have to maintain your greenhouse if you got plants growing in there. I had to water everything the other day. Once I got through watering, make sure that you drain your hose, take the attachment off so it doesn't freeze. I made that mistake last year and forgot to take the wand off of it, and so I had to end up buying a new wand. Not exactly a cheap mistake. Those things do cost a little bit of money, but they're worth it. So I had to do that. My plants are doing fine. The lettuces are coming up. The spinach is starting to come up. The turnips are up. The radishes are up. The Brussels sprouts are just coming up. Still have some tomatoes in there and peppers. I doubt if I'll have them after this week, since it was like in the 20s this morning. So I haven't been out there to check how they were today. In fact, we haven't been out much at all today. Friday I cleaned the house, went through everything, cleaned it. One of the boys is supposed to be home on Saturday for the week, and the other one's coming in on Wednesday for Thanksgiving. So I spent all day Friday cleaning the house. So I hope you've learned a few things in this video. Make sure you put some vinegar in the back of your toilet. Don't use bleach. Put some vinegar in it. Leave it set overnight. You'll have to probably flush it a couple times and clean the bowl afterwards, because as you saw, it was quite a mess. If you have your turkeys, make sure you get those out of the freezer and into the fridge so they can be thawing out in time for Thanksgiving. Remember to be thankful for Thanksgiving. Even if you couldn't get a turkey this year, be thankful for food that you have. Be thankful for the people that can make it to Thanksgiving, and be thankful for those who cannot make it. Some people will not be able to make it home this year due to cost, due to jobs, a lot of different things. But you're still thankful for having them, and you're thankful that they're safe and they made it through another year. So I hope you've learned something. Remember, take care of the outdoor animals, cats especially. Give them a place to shelter. Remember, dream big, follow that dream. Like, share, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye, everybody. And happy Thanksgiving. Bye.